It's your girl, Regina Sunshine, coming to you from what is always a beautiful day for me here in Douglasville, Georgia, with the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. We're so excited. I have two, possibly three amazing guests to introduce you to today. It's going to be another tremendous show. I believe that. I always say that not only are the guests divinely here for each other, but they are divinely here for you as well. So I can't wait for you to meet them. We'll have live in studio Ann Dillard, V Speak Life, and hopefully Odell Harrison is on the way. But I do want to give a shout out to my sponsor for this show, Ms. Lanita Mitchell-Blackwell, with Leading Through Living Community and Bold Favor Media Group. Thank you to Lanita for everything she does to support my efforts here at Regina Sunshine Global Network. But Leading Through Living Community is the parent company for everything that is Lanita Mitchell-Blackwell. That is Bold Favor Media Group, which houses Bold Favorite Magazine, Bold Ageless Beauty, Bold Plus, and a number of other magazines, as well as Leading Through Living Publishing Company, which is my personal publisher for both of my books so far. If you remember, Regina Sunshine State of Mind, 7 keys to help you get your mind right. But definitely, if you're looking for a publisher, if you're looking for an amazing coach, she's also my business coach, look up Lanita Mitchell-Blackwell at leadingthroughliving.com. All right, a couple of announcements. I mentioned this. I'll start with announcements and I'll go back to that. I got a couple things I want to tell you guys. If you were here for the Curvy and Confident Awards back on November the 17th, you know we also had our 4th annual Awesome Girl Awards. And through that platform with Awesome Girls, I've started the Awesome Girl Project. And part of that is that we're doing a compilation book called I Am an Awesome Girl, looking for 30 girls who want to be a part of this compilation book. Of course, all the girls who have been a part of the Awesome Girl program before now are automatically included in the book if they want to be authors, but I need a total of 30 girls. So if you have a girl aged 5 to 17 who wants to be a co-author in this book, this I Am an Awesome Girl collaboration book, you can reach me at reginasunshine.robinson@gmail.com. That's reginasunshine.robinson@gmail.com. And what I will ask them to do is simply write a chapter about why they think they're an awesome girl. Just, you know, telling those positive attributes about themselves, and then 5 positive affirmations for girls that are reading to be able to use in their lives. So we are going to allow our girls to share their wisdom and their positive methods with other girls everywhere, because this is a global project. And what we're going to do for the 5-year anniversary of Awesome Girls is we're going to separate the Awesome Girls from the Curvy and Confident Award Show. We're going to have an all-kid award show, from a kid MC to a kid DJ, hopefully all girls. That's our plan for the Awesome Girls 5th year anniversary. And we will launch the I Am an Awesome Girl collaboration book at this award show in 2019. I'm so excited. And just a reminder, you know, Lanita tells me every time I think about it, Michelle, to pull this out. At the Curvy and Confident Awards, I was awarded a resolution from the House of Representatives in Georgia, presented by Representative Kimberly Alexander for all the work we've done through Awesome Girls and Young Bosses, just everything Regina Sunshine Global Network. If you were here, you remember I almost cried my lashes off. I had one hanging down in the pictures later. That ain't right. Your friend shouldn't let you walk around like that. I'm just saying. But a big shout out to Representative Kimberly Alexander, as well as Representative Valencia Stovall, who will be hosting the Awesome Girls at the Capitol on January the 4th. We're so excited that the girls and their families will be joining us there, and we'll be presenting their Awesome Girl medals. This is the first year the medals didn't come in for the award show, but it's perfect because we're going to present the medals at the Capitol. The representatives are so excited. They're gathering their representative friends, you know, to come and watch the girls to get their medals, which I think is so cool. And then they will get their annual private tour of the Capitol with Representative Valencia Stovall. So I'm so excited. I'm thankful to the representatives for what they've done, because they have busy schedules. But for them to take their time out for these kids to answer their questions and walk around the Capitol with them and just spend time with them is huge. And I do want to mention, we don't just do it for the girls. We do it for the boys, for our Young Boss program as well. And normally Representative Mike Glanton from Clayton County actually does that same thing for the boys. So I know right now we're talking girls, girls, girls. Like people keep asking, what about the boys? We do the same thing. It's just Awesome Girl season right now. When we switch over to the boys season, we'll talk more about them. But yeah, so January the 4th, we will be at the state capitol. We will let you guys know. I have a number of people who have already said they want to come and just hang out with us and see the girls get their medals at the capitol as well as do the tour with us. All right. Last week we were talking about this. If y'all hadn't seen this dope piece of literature right here, this is the Favor comic book. At the Bold Lifestyle Awards this year, our coach, leader, amazing woman, Lenita Mitchell-Blackwell, decided instead of presenting us with certificates and everything, she had a comic book made, and every one of us are characters in this comic book. First of all, you see, that's me, that's Regina Sunshine. You see? There I am. But it was so dope. We were like, can we buy copies of it? And she was like, well, I didn't think about that. I just wanted something nice for you guys. So we all hounded her. And so now the Bold Favor comic book is available. You can go to leadingthroughliving.com or go to Bold Favor Media Group on Facebook and get the link to order your copy. It's so, I promise you, you know somebody in here, from Tina Bridges to Michelle English with Team Bride Tribe to Tiny the Comedian, some of everybody. Anybody that's a part of our Bold Favor media team is in this comic book. But anyway, I just say that's so out of the box and so dope and so different from anything I've ever seen anyone do to honor their people. So yeah, I was one of the first ones like, I'm gonna need extra copies because my mama's gonna take mine. Because anybody got a mama like mine, anything time your name is in something, you pick, it don't matter how old you get, she want a copy. So mama already has claimed mine. So I needed one for my niece Olivia because she likes to take stuff to school to tell them what her family's doing. So anyway, get a copy of this. It will bless you so good. It has such a positive message as well. The creativity here, you know, from being able to not only take all of us and morph us into caricatures or, you know, what I say, cartoon characters or comic book characters, but then also to create a storyline that is so dope and positive. Shout out to Bold Favor Media, setting the pace everywhere. All right, and the last thing I wanted to mention, I didn't have this last week. I did give him a shout out to Terry Moore, who has this incredible personalized card business. And what it gives you an opportunity to do is if someone has an accomplishment or something big happens in their life, you can send them a personalized card with their pictures and everything. And this one says, "Get it, girl." And inside is a picture of me with the resolution I just showed you guys and him congratulating me, which I thought this was so, I love the concept. And his name is Terry Moore. That's TerryMoorer. You can look him up on Facebook. I'm not sure what his website is. I don't see it on here. But I mentioned it last week, but I didn't have the card to show you guys. And it's done through an app where you actually just go in, pick the pictures you want, pick the message, and ships directly to the person you want it to go to. So I love that. It's the kind of thing that, you know, you'll keep forever because number one, it has your picture. And everybody knows that's why you put pictures on front of books. This is a tip here for people. You put your picture on front of books because people are drawn to images. That's why Oprah's on the front of OWN magazine, right? Who's on the front of T.D. Jakes' books? Who's on the front of Joel Osteen's book? Who's on the front of Joyce Meyer's book? There's a method to the madness, just so you know. There's a reason you put your image on the front because people are drawn to images and people don't throw away pictures, all right? So that's just a little tip that I learned from my coach because I was fighting her tooth and nail. I put my picture on that book. And she broke it down to me, and so now I understand. All right, so I think that's it. I know I went over time, but I think we're good because we have not seen O.D. Odell. The only other thing I need to do before we go to break is talk about what I'm thankful for. And I wrote down two things today. First of all, yesterday was my grandson's second birthday. He's 2. And we had the opportunity to go to the aquarium for Dr. Renee Sunday's newest book, and that's what I should have brought. I left the book at home. Her newest children's book is a shark book, Sam the Shark. It's all about brushing your teeth. And so the aquarium invited her to do her book signing there, and she gave me and my family complimentary tickets, and we went and had a blast. The 2-year-old wore, so I'm still tired. Because before we even got to the aquarium, it was a full-on party, and the kids were dancing and face painting, and my 23-year-old son ate enough food for about 5 people. He still says Dr. Sunday was one of the best events he's ever been to because he ate enough for everybody at our table, and the food was amazing. But thank you, Dr. Sunday, for including us. And then at the party, there was a 4-year-old that their birthday was coming up, and my grandson, and so they honored them and gave them gifts and sweets and stuff. And it was so sweet because we already got complimentary tickets, but then you wanted to make sure you honored the little ones as well. So we had a great time. Thank you, Dr. Sunday, for who you are and everything you do. And it was just a great start to his birthday. And then of course, he drug us around the aquarium, as I said earlier. And I'm still sleepy because then he got in bed with me last night. Anybody sleep with a 2-year-old? There's no sleep involved. So I'm still tired today from all of that. And the second thing I've got that I'm thankful for is I said, I'm thankful to my Father in heaven for the divine connections that continue to show up in my life. I've learned a long time ago, people don't show up in your life by accident. You might not know why they're there at the moment, but as God continues to piece things together, and what's cool about him is, he shows you just enough. I don't know about the rest of y'all, just enough so you can see just enough. And then he adds it as needed. That's where faith comes in. So I'm so thankful that even when I don't know why people are in my life, or I don't know why things are happening, that I'm sure that they are divine connections and they will be a blessing in my life. All right? Well, Odell just walked in, stirring up things in the atmosphere. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. When I come back, we'll have our first guest of the day, Ms. Ann Dillard, here with me live on the Regina Sunshine Show. Where? At Regina Sunshine Global Network. guys, you're back live on the air at Regina Sunshine here on the Regina Sunshine Show. Where? At Regina Sunshine Global Network. And I'm so excited to have my first guest of the day. Welcome to the show, Ann Dillard. How are you?
I am well, thank you. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me,
Good to
Regina.
have you here. Are you nervous?
No, well, maybe a little bit. I'm okay. I'm all good.
You're going to be great. I always tell my guests we're going to have a conversation and the audience just happens to get to listen in. So the first thing I want you to do, well, before I ask the first question, I like to mention how I met someone, and a good friend of yours who actually reached out to me about some other guests, Pam Collier, I think that's her name.
Yes.
After they were here and they had such a great experience, she was like, I got somebody else for you. And in the same day, she sent your bio and everything. So she's a great friend, and she loves you, I have to say that.
Yes, she does. And I love her too. Hey, Pamela.
So do this for our audience. Tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Excellent. Thank you. My name is Ann Dillard, and I love to tell people that I am a global citizen. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a Gigi, have grandbabies who I love. I'm also, most recently, one of the things that I've done is I've co-authored a book that's called Unchain My Legacy, and that has been amazing for me. And we could talk a little bit more about that. Yes. But I also am the founder of Project Safety Nets, which is a nonprofit organization that serves citizens primarily in developing communities. And we've served in Senegal, West Africa for the last 10 years.
Awesome. Yes. Let's start there. Tell us about Operation Safety Net.
Project Safety Nets.
Project Safety Nets. Go ahead.
Yes. So Project Safety Nets, again, it's a nonprofit organization that I started 10 years ago after visiting Senegal, West Africa with my godmother. And primarily, our focus is to provide a sustainable lifestyle or help citizens create a sustainable lifestyle through health, education, and economic development. And we've done this by working primarily in a village, a city, or a town called Rufisque, Senegal, West Africa. Each year we sponsor or we take citizens, individuals from the United States to Senegal to reconnect with their roots and also to have a mission trip experience.
So that makes sense. That's why you call yourself a global citizen.
Yes.
So where did the inspiration come from for this project?
I believe that growing up, I've always seen my mother. She's always giving. She's always taking care of others and helping others meet their needs. But this really came to life for me when I visited with my godmother in 2008. And it was amazing to be on the continent, first of all, yes. Right? Because a lot of African Americans desire to visit Africa and to be on the continent. And so being on the continent was just simply amazing for me. But then I went to this one location that's called Gorée Island, Ile de Gorée. Right, that's the French pronunciation for it. And I got to experience and see how our ancestors were treated. And this is the holding place that they kept our ancestors before they board the slave ships. Right, and then to go into the rooms that they actually had them change for up to 3 months to get enough cargo. And talking about how the slave traders treated them. That was such an emotional experience for me. I mean, I experienced everything in that place. And then I said, well, it's hard for me to go back to America this way because I was feeling all kinds of things and I was feeling a lot of resentment. And I said, you know what? Our ancestors were treated like this. I need a message from God on what do I need to do to help bridge the gap. How do I go forth in this? And that's when I was charged with providing, my initial goal was to provide 1,000 mosquito bed nets to help save lives because malaria is the #1 killer. And then I came back to America and I started sharing that message. And to date, we've provided almost 24,000 mosquito bed nets. Yes. So that's been a blessing and an inspiration for me. And I said that when I'm in Senegal, I'm walking in the manifestation of my purpose.
Man, say it again. Did y'all feel it? Did y'all feel it?
So that inspires me, that gives me life. I've since gone on to become a licensed marriage and family therapist. And so I am, when you ask who I am an ambassador of hope wherever I go and whatever I do.
I love that. So now you said 24,000.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. You talked about that returning here, returning here after having those first experiences. Is that something you've been able to share? In other words, to have other people hear your heart so they can also support your efforts?
Yes, it's something, and sometimes I create a intentional platform to do it on, but usually it's because it's a part of me, it's something that automatically comes out. And I do share with people, and over these past 10 years people have donated. We got a grant through Rotary Foundation. And so, when I said we wanted to give 1,000 mosquito bed nets, now through the Rotary International, we were able to get a grant for like $46,000. And with our connections in Rotary in Senegal, they were able to purchase, we started out with 16,000 mosquito bed nets. And so sharing that with everybody that I meet, and people, just feel compelled to help, and compelled to help save lives and improve the lives of people, our brothers and our sisters.
Absolutely. So what's the long-term goal for your project?
Long-term goal, I was just sharing with some of your audience members about one of the next steps, because somebody asked me, have you thought about doing a fundraising gala or something like that? And I'm like, yes, that's one of the next steps. And I would like to do that. One of the big projects that we have right now on the table is the building of a skill center, which is like a community center for the women in Rufus. And about 4 years ago, they said, I sat with them and asked them, what would you like? Because a lot of times as Americans, we're like, this is what you should do, this is what you should do.
Yes.
But when you're doing global work like that, you have to listen to people. That is so important. And then said, well, what would you like? What would help you to better your life? And the women said, we would like a center. We would like a building to call our home. And in that building, we'll have early childhood education, we'll have a store to sell our products, and we'll have different rooms that will be centers, like the tie-dye center, the jewelry making center, the juice making center. It'll all be in that building. And then we'll have a large room where we'll host events. And so this year, just a few weeks ago, we were able to get our final blueprints from an architect.
Really?
Yes, so we are on the go with that, and we're raising funds for that and towards our next missions trip.
So if somebody wants to support your efforts and send you some money, and I said money,
yes,
to help you out, where do they do that?
You can go to www.projectsafetynets.org, and you can send it on PayPal, and guess what? It's all tax deductible.
You hear that? I know a lot of y'all looking. A lot of people are looking for those end of the year.
Yes.
People, tax deductions.
Yes.
This is great soil to sow your seed.
Absolutely. The returns are immeasurable.
Wow. Now, whenever you started mentioning the rooms inside that center, immediately I heard businesses.
Yes.
And so is that what you guys are thinking? You're creating these spaces where the women can develop skills and businesses so they can become self-sustaining and create something for their families moving forward.
Yes, it's all about health, education, and economic development. So like I was sharing with one of your guests, I started working with this group of women about 5 years ago. They're called the Japante women. Japante means reaching back and helping each other up. And so they started with a group of 8. And we secured from one of our funders, we secured a $1,000 microloan. And these women took that $1,000 and they started a hen house. I mean, they, so when the funny part of the story is when I went back to visit them and they took me to the hen house, I'm like, this is a little bitty amount of chickens here. Where's all the chickens? And so they shared with me that they said what we did was we split them. So 4 of the women have the east side hen house and 4 have the west side hen house. So, I still didn't get it because I'm like, that's double the resources to run 2 hen houses, right? And so I was like, okay, I don't understand. Again, I have this American mindset and I'm being trained by my sisters, right? And so they said, well, we did it this way because if disease come through, then we won't wipe out all of our stock. And I'm like, oh, that's what's up.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. And so they have taken the model that we've used through Project Safety Nets and they've grown their organization, the Japlante women, from 8, now they're over 40. And then what they've done is they've given each other microloans.
I was just going to say that's a duplicatable system.
Yes.
You can just take and keep duplicating it over and over again.
Yes. So about 34 of those women out of the 40 have started their own businesses. And every month on the 7th, they get together for their meetings to pay back part of their loans.
Yeah. Listen, we need some, like, can you send us some images, some video? I would love to share that.
Absolutely.
So that listeners know, exactly what they're giving to. I love everything that you are doing.
Thank you.
I do.
Thank you.
And again, tell them where they can send that money again, because I want to make sure they hear that.
Absolutely. www.projectsafetynets.org, or you can do it straight on PayPal, paypal.me/Project Safety Nets. And also you can see our work on Facebook at Project Safety Nets on our page.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to change gears. Tell us about your book.
Okay. This book is called Unchain My Legacy, and 12 women got together with our visionary author, Audra R. Upchurch. And we, as women, we didn't even know each other before this. But right now, we are considered the 12, right?
The 12. 12 is a special number.
It is a special number, right? And so what the women have done, we have told stories about our lives, incidents in our lives that threaten to hold us and keep us shackled, to shackle our legacies. In my chapter, it's called What I Wish I Knew When I Was 13. I chronicled the event of restoring my relationship with my daughter. It wasn't totally broken, but trying to get deeper and healing some of the things that I had done, because I had been a good mother, but I've made some mistakes as well. And so going through it, and I started out by asking her the question, what do you wish you knew when you were 13? Wow. And as it turned out, what she wished she knew were the same things that I wish I knew. Wow. And what happens is somebody says this phrase, and I forget who it is, but she says, we repeat what we don't repair.
Oh, I love that. We need to hashtag that today. Put that in the stream, Michelle.
Yes. So we repeat what we don't repair. And we'll say, when we're growing up, I don't know if you've ever had this experience when you're like, I'll never do that to my kids.
Oh, we all say that. We all say that.
And then you open your mouth and you sound like your mother,
Absolutely, because that's the record player that's playing in your head.
In your head. And so without intentionality, I ended up passing on some of the things that has caused me hurt, caused me pain. I ended up passing on some of those unintentionally to my daughter. And so just going back to repair those things so that her children don't have to go through that.
Transparency is a beautiful thing. And for you to be able to be transparent as you were in this book, I'm sure, number one, was freeing for you.
Oh, yes.
What about the people who have read it? What has the reception been?
One of my friends called and she's like, this is not my daughter, but she said, I've called all of my sons crying and just apologizing to them because I didn't realize some of the things that I've done and some of the pain that I have caused them.
Yeah.
And so knowledge is power, but the use of knowledge is even more powerful.
Absolutely.
And so I am looking to hear more stories from the people who have read this, hear more stories of healing and legacy building.
I love it. You know, I actually do a series called What Mama Never Told Me.
Ooh.
And I bring women on and we talk about those things that Mama never told me. And the very first one ended up being one about menopause. It was crazy because I had several women on the show that had gone into early menopause.
Yes.
And that wasn't the direction we were going. But it was interesting, the things that women are just supposed to know. You're supposed to figure out as you go.
Exactly.
And we're like, the more we have these conversations, the more we realize we all need to have these conversations so that our young women, our girls, aren't surprised about certain things that happen. So then we had a show about pregnancy, which there was a girl on the show that never had a baby, blew her mind. She was like, are you for real? I was like, yeah, baby, all this stuff happens to you when you have a baby. So it is important in every stage of life that we share those things that we wish someone had told us. So where can our audience get your book?
Oh, this can be, you can order this at www.unchainmylegacy.com.
Awesome.
Yes.
And how much is the book?
The book is $25 and that includes free shipping.
Well, you know, since we're talking about something that you wish Mama had told you, what's one thing that Mama never told you but you wish Mama had told you?
I wish Mama had told me that my uniqueness was a gift to this world. My round face, my dark skin. At that time, I had skinny legs. All of that, I wish I had known that those things were not something to be ashamed of, but something that's going to be a gift to this world.
Yes. That's a conversation that needs to be had. University, I actually do a workshop called, I can't remember the name of this, A Real Sisterhood. And it talks about the reason women have negative relationships with each other. And as we begin to pull back the layers, we find so often it's related to interfamily relationships. And a lot of it is self-worth and self-image. That's why we have challenges with other women, because we have a challenge with ourselves. And I had a mother come up to me at the end of a session once, and she told me her mother had always told her not to think too much of herself.
Right.
Don't think too much. You shouldn't
false
think.
pride.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She said, and so she found herself doing the exact same thing to her daughter. And when we had that workshop, she's like, it's like something broke inside of her.
Wow.
She was like, why I got to fix this?
Yeah.
And she came to me in tears. She's like, she's 14. I said, you got time. I said, these next 4 years before she leaves home, I said, you got to say it over and over and over and pour into her. I said, it's going to take some time because it's there. I said, but what I'm telling you is don't give up.
Right.
And then when the first time you tell her she's pretty, she's probably going to look at you like, because you ain't told her she had never told her she was pretty her entire life, her entire 14 years.
That's powerful.
I said, you got to do this. I said, because if not, she's going to be looking for some man to come and tell her what you never told her.
Yeah.
But she promised me, she said, as of today, everything changes. So I think of that when I think about your book.
Yes.
It's important that we share who we are and our experiences.
Absolutely.
So that not only can we change those generational things in our own families, so that other people can hear.
Yes.
And they can make the same changes in their families
so
as well.
True. So true. And, in my clinical practice, working with girls, primarily serve teen girls, inevitably, most of the issues that they come with, their moms will bring them in for depression or school academic issues or, getting bullied, low self-esteem. Most of those cases go right back to their relationships with their mothers.
Absolutely.
Yes, because that's the foundation. That's like the blueprint of all your relationships.
If we can let me tell you, I tell mothers all the time, I have some mothers, my mother was always telling us we were beautiful and smart and amazing. People ask me, well, my sisters and I have accomplished the things we have. I said, because when you grow up believing you're amazing,
you're all that.
You just go out there and be amazing, right? Because that's what's expected, you know. But when you have a situation where a girl's not hearing that, and then also on top of it, the mother is hard on herself. That's the part that mothers don't get. Your daughters, your kids hear you talking about yourself. And if you say you ain't cute, and she's thinking, I look just like her.
That's right.
And she ain't cute, I ain't cute. And so I tell mothers, one of the best things you can do for your girls, for your children, is believe in you. Let them see you shining, loving yourself, and then that automatically is a ripple effect into their lives. And if you're awesome, and mama awesome, I'm awesome, and it begins to be something that really begins to change your family.
But then the other part about it is, who told mama that she's awesome?
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
So,
like I said, so somebody has to be the one to say, I'm gonna chop this thing off at the head.
Yes, I'm gonna change the legacy today.
Absolutely. I love it. You know, it's interesting, and I know Michelle's signaling me. I gotta go to the next guest. One of the questions I always ask is about legacy. And so my question is, when it's all over, and what is the legacy you want to have left behind?
Wow. I want to leave a legacy of faith, freedom, and emotional wellness.
Emotional wellness. I think that is the one we don't talk about the most. We talk about our faith. You know, we're especially with social media, we have a lot of conversations about what freedom is.
Yes.
But so few of us have the conversation about emotional wellness.
Emotional wellness.
Well, I thank you so much. Can you stay to the end of the show?
I can, and
right,
I will.
So we're going to bring everybody back to close out the show together?
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, our next amazing guest, V Speak Life, is here, and I can't wait for you guys to meet her. You're live with Regina Sunshine on the Regina Sunshine Show. Where? Regina Sunshine Global Network. You guys, you're back live on the air with Regina Sunshine, here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. And I'm so excited to introduce our second guest of the day. Welcome to the show, V Speak Live.
Thank you for having me.
I wish y'all could smell her through the screen. I really do. She feels so good.
Thank you.
Well, I like to mention how I met someone. We both used to be on the same internet radio station back when we had Instinct Radio. We were both there for a period of time before they left and launched Status Network, which is where you are now. So it's always good to have what I still consider family. Here on this show.
We have to have family.
Always. Tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, thank you. And before I go into that, I just want to tell you how much I admire you. You are one of the best hosts I've seen with your platform. I love everything about your show. So I am honored to be here with you on today. Absolutely. I'm absolutely honored. So when you sent the note over to me, hey, everybody, look. No. I was happy more than excited to be here. But my name is V Speak Life. I am the executive director and founder of Shifted Masterpiece Incorporated. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We serve and support domestic violence survivors and at-risk youth. And we are excited to say that it's where you will find that the canvas is unleashed and the masterpiece is revealed. To find out more information about Shifted Masterpiece, you go to www.shiftedmasterpiece.org.
Awesome. You gave me a whole lot of questions right in that one statement. So, of course, the question that most people have is, where did you get the inspiration? Or is it a personal testimony? Or is it just you saw your sisters in trouble and wanted to lend a hand? Where did the idea for the organization come from?
It is a combination of all of the things you just said. I am a domestic violence survivor, and with my personal experience in coming out of the situation and being in the situation, I just saw where I could possibly play a part in helping others and supporting women, children, men that have experienced domestic abuse. And in any gaps where I would actually play that part would come in personal development and career development for others.
So what services do you offer, or what types of programs do you offer?
Yes, ma'am. We have a few workshops that are in development and one that is really exciting. It's called the Freedom Express Workshop. So the Freedom Express Workshop is where individuals will come and gain information on how to get unstuck in different areas in their life. So if they're feeling, hey, I want to move, I want to start a business, or I want to do something, they either don't know what it is they want to do, or they want to, they're just stuck in what they're doing. I help them get out of that rut. I help them move forward with it, and it's called the Freedom Express Workshop, and we do it quarterly. It's a free workshop, and we try to do what we can as a nonprofit to keep cost as low as possible because of who we're serving. You know, with survivors, many of the time their financial situation is caught up. So anyone that's going through it and they're in a relationship with someone, a lot of times their finances are caught in the struggle as well, and they're having to fend for themselves. It's almost like a divorce. A bad divorce, you have no money. Most people do not have money, or their money's going to child support, or it's going to some other cost because the credit got messed up and they're trying to rebuild and reestablish. So what we do is try to keep the cost of all of our services low. So the Freedom Express Workshop is one, and again, it's for personal development and career development services for others. But we also have one of the most fun things. That's our open mic night.
Why am I just hearing about this open mic night?
Open? I don't know.
You take comedians?
Absolutely, come on through. We have not been blessed yet with a comedian. I'm waiting for a comedian to come and entertain us. It is hint to anyone in the room watching us right now. We would love to have a comedian to come through and bless the mic for us. We do it every Regina, listen, every first Saturday of the month. 7:30 to 10 in Little Bern, Georgia. A Taste of Paradise. Shout out to A Taste of Paradise Jamaican restaurant in Little Bern. They bless us and open the doors for us each and every month. And they are so kind. Food is good. So come on and get your eat on if you like Jamaican food. And if you don't like Jamaican food, that's okay. They have water. They have tea. They have ginger beer. They have fries. They have a very nice meal plan and prepared for you. But in addition to all of the food, you have the local artists that'll come in and bless the mic for us. We have indie artists. Some features like Daniquia have come and blessed the mic for us. We have the spoken word artists. Recently, we had the infamous Moody Black from Greenville, South Carolina.
That's like family from
Yes,
Moody
ma'am.
Black. That's like hometown.
Yes,
I moved here from Greenwood.
Oh, wow.
The very first open mic I ever attended was Coffee Underground with Moody Black. Yeah.
He is absolutely amazing. He was our featured artist this last month.
Awesome.
So we had a phenomenal time. DJ Q is on the ones and twos for us. So, yeah, we have an amazing time.
That said everything. The fact that you had Moody Black in the building, that tells me the level of an open mic that you had. That's your feature. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure he brought it too, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the other amazing part about it is that it's free.
Wait a minute.
It's a free open mic. So
Wait a minute.
We thrive off of donations, and that's how we will plan to keep our open mics.
So is the open mic itself, I guess, a space to create awareness for what you do for the rest of the organization?
Absolutely. So it's, again, to promote domestic violence awareness, and that's why we do it every month, because October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but after October, you don't hear as much, and we have to keep that same momentum, that same level of energy and passion to getting our audience and raising awareness, get every platform that we have, and utilize that time and opportunity to put in those plugs to inform the people of everything that we can, any type of resources that are available. And we do this, and my passion behind this is because I didn't know. I didn't know that the resources were available to me. I didn't know that the state of Georgia would take care of medical bills for if you're in a domestic violence situation and you incurred scars or needed to go to the hospital or anything of that nature, the state of Georgia would pay for those medical bills.
I didn't know that. That's new information to me as well.
And see, these are things that no one knows, and we have to share and pass that information on. They say sharing is caring, so that's what we have to do.
Yes, that's definitely something that people need to know because, as you said, a lot of people coming out of the situations are leaving with a lot of times their lives and what's on their backs.
That's right.
And so,
that's right.
any resources that are out there
That's
are a
right.
blessing.
That's right. That's my story. I left with the clothes on my back and my son and my work laptop because that's how I thrive. I made sure I got that, and we were out. Yeah.
Wow.
Did not look back.
I heard you mention earlier that your services are for women, children, and men as well.
That's right.
Do you have, I guess the question that I think a lot of people wonder is, the men that are experiencing domestic violence, do you have a harder time getting them to open up?
Absolutely. I've actually only met one young man that, well, actually two now, that will come and actually share their story. Many people, because it's so it's embarrassing for a woman to share her story, but imagine a man that experiences domestic violence. He doesn't want anyone to know that. A man does not want anyone to know. So in order for them to speak up and speak out against it too, it just takes the one or the few that will be that initial spark or inspiration to other people to say, hey, bro, son, homie, player, how, to get them and encourage them to speak up as well, because it's an epidemic. And one of the things that I've realized is that this epidemic has started in our early years, is because it's called bullying. So that's the other piece of our platform. My son and I have teamed up to do a anti-bullying awareness campaign, because at that age you're thinking of what is abuse. Abuse is anytime anyone exerts pressure over someone else in a particular area. Mm-hmm. And that's what bullies do. Mm-hmm. Bullies take on the role of power over someone else in a weaker position, or they try to make that person feel that they are less than or weaker than the bully themselves. So what we try to do is just encourage the students, the kids across all platforms, everywhere around the world, to understand and know that it's just other ways for you to feel good about yourself. Yes. Without making someone else feel less than. And that's where my motto comes from. It's to speak life, not strife. And the more you speak life, the more positive outcomes will manifest in our lives. And we want to make sure that all people feel good about themselves, and we do what we can to edify one another. That's our job, is to uplift others and to be loving. It's the word says to love one another. That's right. So you walk in love and you give love to everyone that you meet and greet. And that's what we do. So at Open Mic, that's one of my jobs, is to make sure everyone feels comfortable and at home. You go into a lot of spaces that are not so inviting, but we want to make sure that everyone knows everyone is welcome and that we're family. Just like you welcome me, you said that family is big. Family is big. Even our adopted family. They say that blood is thicker than water, and we have to remind ourselves too that blood clots, and that we have to still press and keep the momentum going with that one piece, edifying and loving one another, because you would want the same. You asked Miss Ann earlier something that you asked her what she would have liked her mom to say to her. One thing that her mom didn't say to her. And I thought about that question, and I just had to go back and think. The only thing that my mom did not say to me was, it's okay to be plus size. I was always a heavy girl. I've never been skinny. Now, my mom, oh, that's my ride or die, my rock, my everything, right? Yeah. But with her, that was the only thing that she did not share with me, and that's the only thing I would have shared. But because she loved me and she would put me in different clothes, I then later learned how to embrace my inside as well as my outside.
That's awesome. We need to keep asking that question, right?
Yeah.
Keep asking that question so that even the younger mothers hear and, okay, I need to say that. Okay, I need to say that.
Yes.
When you mentioned, just this, what I call this wholeness to the movement of domestic violence awareness, the piece that often we don't talk about is the abuser. and, you know, how do we heal those that are in, because there's a reason that a person is acting in those manners. And I have a gentleman on my Facebook page, Mr. Alvin Thomas, who ministers specifically to the abuser, which is that piece nobody's talking about, right? And so you don't work on that piece, and then what happens? This cycle continues. So what would you say to that piece? You know, that the piece that I think is the missing piece.
That missing piece, that you're right. We do not address that, and we spend so much time victimizing the victim. We spend a lot of time addressing them, either making them feel even more embarrassed or ashamed, or we're saying things. But one of the things that we have to move away from is the laughter of it all. It's really serious. It's a serious topic. And when you're in a position of almost losing your life over a situation, you don't realize that until you're in that position of understanding why someone does what they do. And it goes back to what I was saying before, that whole bully mentality. Anytime you're wanting to do things that overpower another individual, but then to your question, why does anyone want to do that? Why does anyone feel that? So through counseling, through gentlemen like your friend going through and ministering to our friends, and also us, we have to get to a point where we stop laughing about the tormenting of other people. Stop bullying each other on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Stop, with the name calling. We do all these things that hit way below the belt.
And these are grown people. Let's just say that. The children learn because they see this thing being perpetuated with adults.
Exactly.
If you look at how grown people bully each other on social media, why are people so surprised when our children mimic that behavior?
There should be no surprises at that point. There should be no surprise. So we're in a society where we're raising more bullies to come out, and just there again, we forgot that he told us to walk in love, to love one another, and loving one another. Someone said, all right, they ask me all the time, well, I'll never get in a relationship again because they don't want to have that experience again. But I have to give them the reminder that love is not what hurts. A lot of people think that love hurts. God is love. So it's the obstacles that we go through in life that causes the pain. It's not the love that causes pain. Love is amazing. It's warm, and it's a nice fuzzy feeling that you get when you have love, when you're giving love, and when you're in love. But the other things is those obstacles that we experience that do not allow us to feel that warmth and the kindness, the gentleness, the compassion that we have for others. And then also learning how to express yourself. Some people just don't know how, and it comes out in anger.
Yes.
It comes out the wrong way. And some other people feel that their love is hitting. There is a group of people that I've come to learn in this time, a group of people that like to have fights and then make up. So that's another thing. I just realized that, but I don't know if you remember. I think we're running out of time. We had that movie, James Brown's biopic. I don't remember his mother. His mother was in a toxic relationship with his father, and they used to fight. But then there was the makeup sex, and after all the fights. But that's in our minds a toxic relationship. In their minds, this is what we do. This is how we roll. That's how we do it. But the kid is watching that in the end. And guess what did he end up doing? He became an abuser because he thought that was normal.
Because that was his normal. It's interesting. I remember a couple that I knew when I lived in Greenwood, South Carolina. And they, when I say cursed each other out for every breath when you saw them, but that was their normal. That was their dance, I guess you would say, with each other. The rest of us would look at it like, what the world? They'd be like, oh, this is how we are. I'm like, that's not normal. But that's their normal.
That's their normal. You're right. That's their normal.
And I was like, no, that's not cool for someone to talk to you like that. But yeah, so those are conversations that we need to have so that people are aware that, everything we think is normal, it's normal. So that we can, make sure we're having healthy conversations. So tell us about your book.
Yes, ma'am. My book is Shifted Masterpiece, a story of love and horror in Savannah, Georgia.
It's a story of love and horror. You don't often see the horror part. Go ahead. I had to.
That's exactly what it is, and that's where I keep a deadly secret and reveal the secret in the book. So it's my personal testimony, a story, and experience with domestic violence, but also what I did to get out of the situation and how death got in the way of living.
So there's a secret that you kept that you revealed when you wrote the book.
Correct.
That's dope. Okay, I guess we can't talk about it because people are supposed to buy the book.
Gotta buy the
so
book.
they can read it, so they can find out what the secret was.
I do have the first chapter. If you follow me on Facebook, I do have the first chapter available for your reading pleasure.
So you can give them a taste to get them started. So now they got to go buy the book. Because I'm curious. I hadn't even read the first chapter, and I want to know what the secret was now.
The first chapter is an audio of the first chapter. So if you follow me on Facebook, you can find it on my page. There's V Speak Life, VeeSpeaklife.
And that was my next question. Where can they buy the book?
You can go to www.vspeaklife.com. That's vspeaklife.com. And you can find everything. You can find more information about the nonprofits. You can find information about the books, the workshops, open mic, everything you want to know about there. You weren't interested in any of my personal services. It's all right there at vspeaklife.com. And more information if you'd like to donate or make any offerings to, we're also 501c3. So it's tax deductible donations that you can make at www.shiftedmasterpiece.org. That's ShiftedMasterpiece, shiftedmasterpiece.org. It's where the canvas is unleashed and the masterpiece is revealed.
That's awesome. I was just sitting here watching how she articulated every single letter. I was caught up for a minute. Well, we thank you so much for being here. Can you come back for the end of the show, or you got to run out?
I sure can.
All right, so we're going to get OD on.
Okay.
So he can do his OD thing, and then we're going to bring everybody back.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Odell Harrison is in the building. I can't wait for you guys to see. Yeah, I said, that's what I said. Your government name on the Regina Sunshine Show here at Regina Sunshine Global Network. You guys, you're back live here at Regina Sunshine, here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. And for the first time at Regina Sunshine Global Network, we have our good friend, O.D. Odell. Is that better? Is that better? Is that better?
No, it wasn't, because you had to do the attitude hand. The first
Did
time.
I do that?
Yeah.
Did I do that?
Rewind the tape,
right.
please. Rewind the tape.
Well, stop. Let's talk about how I met you. The very first open mic that I went to.
Tell these people the truth now. Tell these people the truth now. Don't try to clean it up.
No. You were hosting open mic at Apache
No,
Cafe.
that's the second time.
What are you talking about?
That's the second time I met you. Get your memories together.
We met before
I'm gonna
that?
let him give you a second to download.
Oh, no. He's messed. Okay, this is not true. Whatever he's getting ready to tell y'all is not the truth. I don't even know what it is.
See, all right, we ain't gonna go there then. Let's keep going.
All right, well, I have to say this because the two things I remember about that night is I had never heard of King Malachi, and he performed, and I wanted to know why everybody knew the song he was singing, and I didn't know it.
First of all, if you come to Apache and you don't know Malachi, you ain't been to Apache nothing but one time.
That
you
was,
know what I'm saying?
it was my first time.
Then once you come, you know Malachi
Then
off
you
the
know,
top.
from then on, because I was like, first of all, he was sitting in the back with his chick, and everybody was kind of like, ooh, and I was like, he must be somebody special. And then he sang the song, and everybody knew the words. And the second thing I remember is that when you hit the stage, I'm trying to figure out why have I never seen this comedian on anything big or national before?
Well, you better ask these folks
hilarious.
again. What you say? What did you say?
Hilarious. I cried. And in fact, when I went back the second time, I took my son because I was like, there's no way. You got to go. And he said the same thing. We both agree that you are one of the funniest people on the planet, bar none. So,
man,
don't you do it. Don't you do it.
I won't do it. I ain't going to let you choke me up in here with all your positivity and stuff. You ain't going to break my ratchet wall.
So do this. Tell everybody a little bit. You know the question. Who are you? What you do?
Man, I don't know what to say when people ask me that. Who are you? Where are you?
Where you from? Orangeburg, South Carolina?
That's Malachi. See, don't be getting me mixed up with your other niggas. You know what I'm saying? Keep your focus
It's
together.
sticky right here, but you're from South Carolina too.
Yes, I'm from South Carolina, but it's more than one city.
Where you from?
I'm from South Carolina, D-Town to be exact.
I got a lot of family in Florence.
See, who your family last name? Cause we
Orange.
Orange.
Blackwells.
The Oranges and the Blackwells?
You
I don't know who the hell that is.
I know
but
you
still,
don't.
it depends on what side of Florence you from. What side of Florence you from?
I'm not from it. I mean, my grandfather was from Florence.
Oh yeah, well, all your family probably moved.
There's a lot of oranges still there.
Yeah, they in trees.
You ain't right. You ain't right.
I ain't met an orange. I ain't never met an orange.
All right, so from Darlington,
South Carolina, the home of the racetrack. That's all we got. And tobacco
that really
fields.
is a
And
big
some
racetrack
thugs
there.
and some ratchet chicks, boy, will tear a club up.
Well, so tell us, what do you do? We all kind of know because I already said it earlier.
I mean, you know, I've been doing comedy all my life. I didn't know it, you know what I'm saying? But I got the opportunity to do it when I got down here to Atlanta. There was plenty of stages. Atlanta comedy scene is it's the best comedy scene. But of course, I may be biased. But I mean, you can just look and see what's been coming out of Atlanta, and then you tell me. You know what I'm saying? It's dope because it's 50 headliners here. So when you're going for open mics, it's people who've been on TV vying for that same time. So it forces you to be able to deliver at a level to where even if nobody knows you, people could be like, okay, well, at least he gonna rip. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't gonna do that, you will not get no stage time in Atlanta. You have to learn how to rip and rip fast. So that's what I love about it. It's real rough rooms. People here are very honest. And other cities who are like that, their markets are funny too, like Chicago and St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? New York, LA, you know, the tough environments make tough comedians. And Atlanta is one of the toughest places to do comedy because you got black people from all over the country. It ain't just one kind of black person. It's every kind of black person. So
what do you mean? All kinds of black people.
Every kind of nigga that exists lives here.
Go ahead.
Every nigga that exists. You got African niggas, East African niggas, Caribbean niggas. You got up north niggas, West Coast niggas, Midwest niggas, Canadian niggas, London niggas, South American niggas. You got Latino niggas that you didn't even know was niggas until, you know what I'm saying? They're niggas though.
Y'all can laugh, don't hold it in. I'm big right there trying to hold it in.
It's all good. Yeah, man. We all need to start claiming our blackness. Stop saying you nigga like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm mixed with another nigga. You know what I'm saying? You two types of niggas.
Well, one thing I know about you, and for the people who are being exposed to you for the first time, number one, you're highly intelligent. You're very smart. You're one of the smartest comedians.
Highly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And not only that, and he's being, the opposite of what he was last time. But those who know Odie know he's very concerned about our community and our people.
Yes.
And, and in fact, I have to say this. You were on a show once on Instinct Radio. I got to say the name of the show because I watched it. And there was a guy on there talking about building a school for black kids. And you came out of nowhere and roasted this dude live. You roasted him live on. You started asking him questions that he couldn't answer. And you were like, how you talking about, educating black kids? You can't answer none of these questions. In the middle of the dude's interview, I will never, we still talk about that.
I apologize to that dude, but it was burning me up because I was riding with him. Black schools, that's right. Yeah, educate, curriculum. All right, that's a bet. So, what you went to school for education? Nah. So what you go to school for? Well, I'm going to school now. To do what? Air conditioning, refrigerator. His mama watches us, so tell him get off my baby.
They say his mama was in the stream and stuff. Everybody, but see, what the thing was, because I knew you and I knew what your passion was, I wasn't surprised. Now I was surprised that you walked in on the dude interview live on air and took over.
Look, this is what I'm saying. We are in a bad state from all 360 degrees. Everything can be fixed. When black people get to argue about what we need to do first, everything. It's like being in a dirty ass house. What we clean first, and you argue about it. Man, pick up something first. You know what I'm saying? Secondly, when we talking, sometimes we just getting too much with the talking. We've been talking about some stuff for some years. So when you talking about something, yeah. So what you want? So you ain't got no plan. All right, cool. Like, we need to stop doing that because we just expending energy and it just feel like we doing something. We're really not spinning our wheels. We're still in the mud. Thinking we going somewhere. We ain't going nowhere. All that marching and stuff. How you marching? How are you protesting? And you got a permit. You got to have a permit to march. Did you know that? Why you think they have your route set up? You are on a parade. You are having a resistance parade. And you convinced you making a change. Like, that is... It angers me how we are getting puppeted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what type of classes they have in secret society, whatever, whoever running stuff, but man, they know how to play back people so good. If they want to, oh man, we doing this over here. Let's make them mad about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pass these vaccines on, but look, let's let Kanye go to the White House. You know,
there's always something. I always tell people when something's in the news, you need to figure out what else is going on because there's something that they're trying to keep our eyes off of while they're doing this right here.
When something's big in black news, cut it off and listen to white news. On everything. I was going to work eating salad, right? And I wasn't paying attention to the music, you know what I'm saying? Because you know you got 2 FM stations, like the FM that you said and the other FM you don't fuck with. I mean, mess with.
Can we curse? Not that language. No, midday. Okay.
You can't. The other FM that you don't F with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to a station I'm not even familiar with what's going on, but I'm not paying no attention. But it's the white station. So they talking about the water crisis. They talking about taxes. They talking about this on their station. And then I realized the music whack. So I said, you know what, let me turn to the next station. We talking about who tweeted and could have been talking about somebody else. Who, baby? I was like, this is why. This is why. And the same people make both news. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. So that's why I depend on Instagram for all my news. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Instagram for all my news. I'm on live. You follow the right hashtag, you'll catch something before they take it down. I'm telling you, the Instagram is social media. It's other people. It ain't programming. It's a difference. Programs are meant to do that. Like, if somebody keep telling you right outside this door, you know what I'm saying, people getting carjacked. You never see it personally, and you hear every day. But they reporting it, and you seeing it. You gonna go out the door like, shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't even believe yourself no more. You look on the phone to see how it feel outside. You don't even go put your arm out the door no more. We getting lazy, and it's gonna kill us. But yeah, I got a show coming up.
But this is why I love OD. And like I said, after you did that show where you kind of interrupted that dude, and one of the host was like, I didn't know. I was like, well, see, that was OD. I was surprised he kind of took over the interview, but what he said I wasn't surprised about because I know your heart.
Yeah, man, I want to do something. And if you ain't gonna do nothing, don't talk to me about it. We can talk about something else. We can talk about something else. You like sports or anything else? Like, don't talk to me about nothing if you ain't trying to do nothing. Like, no, I don't want to hear that. I ain't signing the. I ain't voting no more. What you think about voting?
I didn't vote.
Okay,
why didn't
you vote?
Because it doesn't matter.
You feel like that? I
feel like it doesn't matter.
Right. So
and a lot of people on my timeline are probably gonna fall out and have a fit. But let me tell you.
You know why? Cause they lame. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you why.
Let me tell you why. Because the two parties are the two wings on the same bird. Do you understand? And they are dictating together.
Come on now.
What we hear, what we see, what we believe. Do you understand? The real change comes when we are hands on the ground in our own communities making a difference. The same people that vote and wear those stickers and they just all on voting day, they ain't been out to the community, they ain't served nobody, they ain't donate no time, they ain't done anything for the other 364 days of the year. The people I respect are people that are hands on the ground. I see out here with their dirty hands. People like these people like who out here giving her time.
Yeah, V, do your
like
thing,
Ann
right?
Dillon, who out here putting 24,000 nets, out into, our sacred homeland, those types of things.
That's dope.
And so,
I like all the
if I had to
sister love
choose,
going on. Let's
if
dim
I
these lights.
had to choose, I'd rather see you out there working. I'd rather see you out there working. And most of the people that are voting ain't working. And
They're not, man.
I'm sorry, but go ahead.
They rezone and stuff. Like, there's so many politics that don't even make no sense. How you gonna play a game you don't know nothing about? That's like going to the poker table with $10,000 and not a clue. You voting. Because when we get in there, we vote for who we want to vote for. And then there's 30 other things to vote for, and you know nothing about you. And they're guessing like the standardized test. Like,
well, let me say this, and I've said this
am
before.
I the only one that was in there guessing? You was guessing? You was guessing? I was reading some of them laws. I was like, which one mean they ain't gonna tax no more? Like, and then they worded it in ways like, oh my God, man.
Well, let me tell you this. I've told people this before. The Democratic Party specifically has gotten black folk to vote for things that they know ain't right.
People
just because they've convinced you that they for you.
Democrats was
do you understand?
The
I'm an independent. When I do vote, I vote independent. I look at the overall issues and the person. I don't care.
You just throwing your vote away. You just throwing your vote away. Because ain't no independent ballots winning like that.
But listen to what I'm saying. This is whenever I was in that state of mind. Do you understand? Right now, I'm in a whole different state of mind. I'm not giving it to anybody right now.
Well, let me pose a question to you all. See, we got
Go
time
ahead.
going loose. Let's just ask a question.
Got it.
We supposed to have been everywhere in the world, right? Before anybody discovered anything, black people was there first, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then they tell us we're a minority here in this country, even though we know black people as slaves outnumber white people, especially in the South, something like 30 to 1 or something like that, because of the number of slaves working plantations, right? All these slaves had babies and the third. They trying to do all this stuff to kill us. And then when it's time to vote, they tell us we the minority, but do everything to discredit our vote. Why, if you the majority? Why would you care if we all go vote if you know it's more of y'all? Just a question.
Something to think about. Something to think about. Because, once again, they already have the system in place to do exactly what they want to do.
And there's more of us, and they lying to us about how many of us it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is. But let me tell you something. But they also know that if every single one of us was to show up and vote, that they still would find a way to do exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, ain't no find a way. Let's be honest. They just do it. Like
they just do it.
President Bush said, I'm the president. I don't care what y'all say. Like all the numbers said. Who was that? Al Gore? Al Gore won. All the numbers said he won. And President Bush said, hey, Carl Fox, tell him I said I won. And then that was it. So they can do what they want. They find them votes still for Stacey Abrams. It's crazy. It's crazy. I ain't never voting again. Don't even ask me. Then when you ask me, we can find a winner of American Idol better than we can find people to represent us in government. That is ridiculous.
And another thing, and I said this before, again, and this goes back to the whole party system. You know, just because they associate a particular race with a particular party, they can decide, okay, this is the issue I want them to focus on or to not focus on. And they'll tie it to a party so that you can either begin to believe in it and support it, or if they don't want you, then they put it on the other side. So now automatically you're like, oh, I don't even want to hear about it because that's with them. Instead of investigating individual issues on our own. We got to get back to thinking for ourselves. That's my whole thing. Think for yourself.
We can't just be asking. We got to put bread up. Everything costs. Everybody else who want what they won't pay. So if we can, come together to buy a section, you know what I'm saying, at the club.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Because that is one of my biggest complaints, that we don't unify and we don't pool our efforts. I know that we don't. How do we solve that? That was my next part. How do we solve this situation where we don't trust each other enough that we can unify and do what we need to do?
It's in deprogramming our language. Like, even when you listen to music or anything, like, black is such a negative connotation that white people say it to each other. They be like, yeah, nigga, when they fighting each other. So if we keep it like that, then, you know what I'm saying, it's always going to be like, I don't trust that nigga. Like, anytime you say, I don't trust that, nigga is automatically the next word. I don't fuck with them. Mess with them. I'm sorry. I apologize. You just made me so comfortable here with all this.
That's the whole point, for you to feel comfortable.
Not that
here.
comfortable though. Not that comfortable.
I know.
Yeah, bleep that out.
But this is what I love about you, because this is the side of OD that most people don't get to see. They see you on stage.
Actually, I saw it last night. You should have been at the picture.
Where were you? Really?
Yeah. So this dude come up, right?
What did he do?
He said that I don't know what he said he was going to do, but he said he needed a track. He paid me and everything and made a big, I was like, you know what, I got you. He said, you need to put me right before the feature. I said, I got you. I put him up and they play the track, and it's like a boxer's or wrestler's intro, and he do like a praise dance, hold his arms out and do like, it was weird. It was real weird. So I tell him about it, and my way, you've seen me host it, you know. And he did it for 15 minutes too.
Ooh, 15 minutes?
The crowd was looking like this. You know I had to do it. You know I had to do it. You know I had to do it. Then in the middle of me doing it, somebody said, but you can't do that to Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
it was
yeah,
oh, okay.
or whatever. And I was like, how many of y'all Christians? Yeah, right. Hey. And I was like, how many people not? Yeah, you know, kind of mix. And then one lady said, you better not say nothing.
That's like, you never tell a comedian
I
you
can't
better
even
not
tell you
say
what I
nothing.
said, but yeah, like, come on, man. Like,
So
I
you
believe
were
in
on
God.
one. You were on one last night.
Yeah, I think so. And man,
What, were you there? Oh man.
hey, this is all I'm saying.
Is there a video somewhere?
I don't know. Possibly the only thing I will say is this. Yeah, man. I'm arguing with people outside. People, don't talk about God. Other people like, man, forget that. I'm like, man, I never said nothing about God. You know what I'm saying? Never ever. I believe in God. I just don't believe in white Jesus. That's all I said. That's all I said.
That's OD Odell. We tell about your next show. You mentioned you have a show coming up.
Oh yeah, man. Look, every second Sunday at the patch, you can pull up and see some of that. You know what I'm saying? Pull up, but it's dope artists too as well. So a great time, man. We had Zooman Miller featuring last night. It was crazy. He killed it. It was awesome. I'm gonna be on the next upcoming season of Little Women of Atlanta. Yes. Trying to get my bay on.
Really?
Don't hate on me.
No, I gotta watch this.
You had your opportunity.
Whatever,
and you was tripping.
whatever.
You was tripping. That's the first place I met at. We was at Trapeze, and when I seen her say, all right, I'm joking. I'm joking, Sunshine.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now somebody
Look
will
at
take that
her.
and run with it, right?
You should see
And
the lady
run
behind.
with
You
it.
should see her. She is like, oh, for real? Show her whole collarbone. Look, she getting hot here. Oh, now you want to come up. All right, cool.
But really, if someone's looking for an amazing host,
They need me,
okay,
man.
they need you.
They need me.
You're the best.
Just put up the O, like the bat signal. Oh, deal with that. And I'll come out there with my own microphone. Follow me on Instagram at ODOdell. All social media, CarolinaKingComedy.com. Roasting World Championship going to be kicking off in the top of January. So if anybody think you can roast and you Joan and you do all that stuff, we're giving away money, a belt, and you're getting pubbed up by some of the major comedy outlets. It's going down. Yeah.
Who's your current roasting champion right now?
Big Horn, killing them.
He still is.
Yeah, man, but he about to put the belt up against some. We got some people flying in, man. So they want to see by Horn. They want the belt, and Horn say he ready. So this season gonna be dope.
Cause like he been toting that belt for a minute, hasn't he?
And nobody ain't been able to get it off him. Nobody's been able to get it off him. He is killing people. So if y'all like roasting, like joke battles, I'm talking about classic roasting, man. Y'all need to pull up, man. Celebrity judges, fun, intermissions, it's fly. Maybe we can get Regina to come be a guest judge. That'd be dope.
I think I would love that because I've never been able to make it.
But you can't be nice though. You can't be like, oh my God, I loved your roast energy. Like, it was beautiful. The way you said his mother was a whore. It was beautiful. Like,
all right, so you don't want me to be me?
I saying be you, but understand it's a roast too. Like, you can't be feeling bad for people. Like, no, don't say that. No, like.
I can do that.
Okay, yeah, because you're so loving.
When is the date? What's the date? Michelle, you want to go? I think it would be so cool. Oh my God.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We
Put me on the list.
You on the panel.
I'm on the panel?
You
Oh
get-
my God, that's so dope. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man, Regina Sunshine, man.
All right then, well, we're going to take a break. We're going to bring the other two guests back. Yeah, y'all get to come sit with OD Odell. And we'll close out the show
Yeah, bring
together.
that sister love in here and dim these lights. What are we doing?
You're live with Regina Sunshine here on the Regina Sunshine
that
Show
door.
on Regina Sunshine Global Network. guys, you're back live on the air with Regina Sunshine, here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. I've been joined by all of the guests from today's show, from the very serious to the very funny, here on my left. And one of the things I like to do is bring all our guests back and give them an opportunity to say something positive to our guests before, I look right at you before we end the show. And so my question of the day is this, because all of you, I'm sure, have had to overcome some obstacles to get to where you are now in pursuit of your dream. What's one thing that you had to overcome, and how did you overcome it?
I ain't overcame nothing. You know what you're talking about. I'm overcoming it now. So.
Well, tell us, what are some of these obstacles you're facing? Maybe they've got some wisdom for you.
You know, like now you have to have a big social media presence. If you don't have that, then I got to figure out how to do something I really wasn't accustomed to doing. So I have to go back and be a baby at something that I'm kind of good at. So, and it's kind of dope because my younger comedian partners, they kind of showing me and stuff. So it's dope. But if you ain't got 100,000 followers, people they don't even care about funny that much no more at clubs. They want to know if when you put out a tweet or a post, are people gonna pull up and see how horrible you may be? Because a lot of people be horrible, but.
But that's real, because that's one of the things I'm dealing with, because I've been just so focused on doing the work and everything, and then people are like, well, how many followers do you have here and there? And I'm like, I ain't really thought about that, so I'm having to go back, like you said, and let's start building numbers. And
so who do your social media?
Right now it's still me, but I'm gonna have to hire somebody.
Yeah, because
I have to hire somebody.
The young kids have the wherewithal to focus on that nothing.
That's right.
And so you have to get somebody half your age who can look hashtags up, all that stuff. Because you old, I can see you now, like, I don't know how to, it just get frustrated.
Well, that's what my son actually built me a bank of hashtags,
boom,
copied and pasted and put them in the notes on my phone. He's like, look, just every time you post, take this and attach it to it.
But don't put it in the post. Post with a minimal amount of content, and then your first comment, do that, because you don't want to junk up nobody. Timeline that turn them off.
That's
like
something new too.
Yeah, it's IG tips that you have to know. But yeah, that's just me.
Well, that's good. See, hey, did y'all know that one? We needed that. We just talked about overcoming.
Instagram run on an algorithm, so you have to finesse your numbers to make sure Instagram is interested in you. So when you follow people, you have to factor in they follow to follower ratio. You know what I'm saying? If they following more people than follow them, then that's bad. If they at even, that's still bad. You know what I'm saying? But the more it's offset on the follower side,
I've noticed that.
The more you get suggested in you in the explore page and stuff like that. And if your followers have the same ratio, that also brings, it's kind of like a credit.
That's good to know.
So you can't follow people with whack Instagrams. Like, you can be my cousin, let you be an Insta lame. I ain't following you. You following 1,100 people with 3 followers. I'm not doing that.
Gotcha. And I've noticed that I make a point of not following those people that have, like, they following 10,000 people and they got, 100 followers.
Because you ain't even important to them. You like, what their timeline look like? They got 10,000 people. That is so junky, they never see you.
Exactly.
So,
that's a good tip, though. See, you had something to offer and you didn't even know it.
Oh, I got a lot to offer. I ain't say I ain't know it. I said I'm still overcoming. Don't get my message confused.
Whatever.
Yes,
all right,
V
speak live.
What I've overcome is just the opposite of what Mr. O.D. just shared, and it's that I don't worry so much about what other people think about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and definitely when I'm doing it. I'm not on their timeline, I'm on my timeline, God's timeline. He tells me what to do, and I go ahead and get it done. One of the things I shared today was just to keep moving. If you have a dream, a desire, a goal in life, you just got to keep moving, keep pushing, keep believing, and don't worry about the naysayers, because they were not there with you when you received the vision. They don't need to be with you when you're pushing the vision through.
I love it. And
that came from a place. She had somebody in mind. She's like, I'll punch him in the face. Right now, I'll punch him in the face. Forget him, girl. I can't say what I wanted to say because I said it, but get him.
And
that's a really good question. One of the things that I had to overcome is the fear of failure. Because you learn that you have to do this, do it well, and sometimes that's paralyzing. So just going out there, doing it, fail fast, fail up, and just keep going.
I like that fail up.
Yes.
Learn what you can from it
and keep going. Keep going.
How many people does one of those nets save?
That's a really good question, because when you think about a family, let's say we have one net in the household and they have 5 kids, because we have big African families, and 5 kids sleep under that one net. Imagine that times how many thousands.
So about 5. We can say about 5.
Yeah, because it's king size, and so it depends on the makeup of the household, how many nets they have. Some of them only have one. Some of them have one for each bedroom.
Do you do it domestically? Because I know South Carolina is a broke-off piece of Africa. The mosquitoes there so bad. I swear, it is so bad. We need the same thing. Come to Darlington. I'm dead serious. We catch other stuff like the ratchet.
Go to
like
Lakes.
that's okay.
But you know, right after the hurricane, my family is like maybe 30 minutes from there. They were talking about how bad the mosquito and how big they were after the hurricane.
Me and the mosquito was slapboxing. I ain't even had hands.
They can get them at the sporting goods store because they come.
Oh, now we gotta go to the sporting goods store, but you can fly all the way over to Botswana. I had to hit Africa when she said she didn't want to come.
Senegal, but here's the good thing: I buy it in country, so I support the economy in country.
That makes this no difference in South Carolina. We're suffering. Cookouts have been ruined.
Oh my goodness. Too much. Well, we thank you guys so much for being here, for being so transparent and open with our guests, with our audience. Real quick, remind them how they can follow you and just any last words you have.
O.D. Odell. Don't go check out that sex tape. It's on my page. Don't overlook at it. O.D. Odell. At O.D. Odell. That's O-D-O-D-E-L-L. Carolina King Comedy is my hashtag. Holla at me.
He's here because I love him and he's family. Just so
and we
y'all
finna
know.
dim these lights. Who got the button?
V.
I'm V Speak Life. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube at V Speak Life. And you can also follow my nonprofit organization, shiftedmasterpiece.org and www.vspeaklife.com for books, open mic, everything else. And guys, remember to always speak life, not strife.
Awesome. And
I'm Ann Dillard, and you can find me on all social media network, Ann Dillard, LMFT, and you can check out my nonprofit, especially on Facebook, at Project Safety Nets. That's facebook.com/Project Safety Nets. And also I want you to check out my Building Healthy Relationships classes that's coming up. It's an online class, and that starts the second week of January. So online, healthy relationships, because we are all about building healthy relationships, healthy families.
awesome. Well, I know we're way over time. I'm glad you guys hung around. But the great thing is when it's your business, you can run over if you want to. Yeah. Just a tip there. But to my audience, I'll leave you with the words I always leave you with. God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life. Again, a big shout out to our sponsor, Lenita Mitchell Blackwell with Leading Through Living Community and Bold Favor Media Group. Thank you so much to everyone that's here. Our production manager just showed up. Yay! I just want to say that because we don't often get to talk about Justin on this show. We have a 19-year-old here that came and rebuilt our system, and is actually going to build us a whole new system just because he came out here for Team Bride Tribe. His sister was a bride. She was on the game show and fell in love with us, and now every Monday he comes out here for 8, 9, 10 hours and just helps us out. So when he comes through the door, I want y'all to cheer for him really loud. But shout out to Justin McNeil and his family. They drive over an hour here every Monday just so he can come and hang out with us at Regina Sunshine Global Network.
Everybody drives over an hour here. It's far.
But y'all came like once a year. He comes every Monday.
Oh, where you coming from?
I don't even know where he's coming from.
We need a plane next time I come back. She smells like an expensive candle.
She smells so good. I said that. You want to
like a $15 candle.
I mean, like for real. That's why I had to pause when she came over here. You saw how I paused before? All right, we got to go. I leave you with my personal motto. I always say it's not over till I win. If I hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. So I tell you today, it's not over till you win. If you hadn't won yet, baby, that just means it's not over. Be blessed. Keep winning. We're out.
I don't know what we're supposed to do.